Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. John Harcar here, your host. I'm here today with Scott Hoeke, and what we're going to talk today about is going from hustle to empire, right? Really scaling your wholesale business. Remember, guys, at Investor Fuel, we help investors, service providers, really, all real estate entrepreneurs 2 to 5x their business by giving resources and tools to build that business that they've always wanted, to live the life they always wanted to live. Steven, welcome to the show.
Man, I'm excited. Thank you, John. And one of the most things I'm most passionate about is wholesaling. And
Sweet.
I love systematized ways to wholesale and scale business. That's what I do every single day. And I'm honestly fulfilled from just the excitement every single day.
Yeah.
Locking in more contracts. And every single time we lock in a contract, man, it's, I guess it's a good high, it's not a bad high from drugs.
Yeah.
It's the high. It's the high from locking
I
in
love
a
it
deal.
though. I love your commitment. I love the passion to it, right? I was watching a little bit of the NFL draft or combine thing, and they're talking about, that guy has passion for the game. And when you hear it, people like you and your voice, it's so awesome. And I look forward to talking about the whole scaling of your wholesaling business and how you did it. But before we kind of get into that, tell us a little bit about yourself, right? Like, tell us about your journey. What got you here?
Man, believe it or not, I was pretty much a dropout in high school. All right, so I'll kind of go back from the beginning. I grew up in Galveston, Texas. And it's a little hood over there, right? So I grew up a little bit rough around the edges. They were actually trying to kick me out of school because I was truant. And then the one day I was actually in class, the cops came and got me and gave me a ticket for trespass. Like, man, I'm in class today, and we got 30 absences. So it all started there from somebody who was pretty much a dropout. And then I went to the Marines to kind of get my stuff together, right? And that was
Thank you for your service.
Thanks, sir. Thank you. It's probably one of the greatest decisions I ever made. It started giving me a whole different set of habits, discipline, all the leadership, right? And wholesaling too. If you're going to scale a business, you have to have leadership capabilities. And I wish I would have taken it more seriously in the Marines, because now I'm realizing leadership, I think, is by far one of the most important things in anything you do. So,
why do you think that is?
Because one person with a vision isn't enough, right? So I can have my vision and I can sit here all day long, plug away at my vision, but to get 5 people behind your vision and to lead those people effectively, keep all those people happy, keep them, all the different personalities happy, boosting them up, not dropping them down, making them better while I'm still trying to make myself better. So, and that's what will get people to really get on board with you as far as having an acquisition, a disposition team, is having a solid team. You got to be a good leader. You got to show up.
And do you feel that the Marines, that's where you attribute a lot of those values or core, just things that you believe in?
It did. And the thing is I was a low key closet leader in the Marines, right? I kind of did my own thing, but I've never really looked at myself as far as being a leader. So some people might look, well, you got to go to the Marines to be a leader. No, it's something that everybody has the capability of developing.
Sure.
And it should be something that if you're a business owner,
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
and you're trying to scale your business, it should be one of your top priorities is learning leadership and being a better leader.
Yeah, and that is huge because, I mean, obviously the leader sets the tone for the rest of the group. And, you know, if the core values and everything aren't in alignment, right, having the right people in the right seats and leading in the right way, you know, your business can flounder. So,
Sure.
so you were in the Marines. What did you do when you got out?
So that was kind of, I almost actually ended up with a degree in OSHA for safety. And I'm like, sitting here like, do I want to be one of these guys who are walking around and writing people up because they're not wearing their hard hat? And I started thinking, well, I mean, I'm driving, well, I want to be wealthy. I want to start making millions of dollars. And then you start reading 90% of millionaires become so through real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm just driving around. It's like, tell me one place that doesn't exist that doesn't have real estate. Maybe the Sahara Desert, right? So real estate is a vital role that we all have to live by. Go drive around. If there's no real estate, there's nothing happening.
Yep.
So
And then I'm
that
making
was
any
one of
more
the
land,
things.
right?
Right.
Then I'm
Sure.
making more land. So you just kind of thought that real estate was going to be your path, your vehicle.
Right.
So how did you really start? Like, what did you do? Did you buy a course? Did you just
I
go
actually
use
made the
you?
mistake of, I got a degree in real estate, believe it or not. So
Oh,
I have
you
a degree
did?
in real
Okay.
estate. Yeah. But I made the mistake thinking, okay, well, I'm going to go get a degree in real estate. I'm going to get my real estate license, and I'm going to know everything in the world that I need to know to be a real estate investor. And I was way backwards, man. I should have started as a wholesaler, got my license, and then did maybe a little bit of real estate agent stuff, activity on the side while I'm kind of boosting it up. But I started in reverse order thinking, well, I'm going to become a real estate agent. I'm going to have a degree. I'm going to know everything I need to know. And it's complete opposites.
What do you think that you just said that complete opposites? Like what were you expecting to learn as the traditional agent versus what a wholesaling, thing would teach you?
So I thought, hey, I'm going to start learning how to flip houses, start doing this more of an off market. I didn't really know too much about the off market, but I knew there was something else going on there that I wanted to tap into. I'm still trying to connect the dots. But once I did realize, and I always look at it is, we all know what the dark web is. Well, most people know what the dark web is. But what we see on the web is 5% of the internet.
Oh, yeah.
There's a 95% of dark web that we have no idea that it exists. And that's what this is. There's the on-market real estate where you've got traditional real estate agents. That's 5% of the web.
Yep.
Well, the dark web or the off-market world is really where all the things are happening. This is where all the money's happening right here in the off-market world.
How long did it take you to get your first deal? Tell me about it. Like, how did you get it? How did you come about it?
As a real estate agent, it took me a while. I mean, in 6 months I started. I've been licensed over 8 years. It took me 6 months just to find a regular client. I sucked at sales. I would not have been able to just get on this and do this so, fluidly and naturally. But in wholesaling, I already had this lead system getting kind of set up. I kind of already have been down the rabbit hole and had years of digital marketing experience on my side to kind of go in, but I was getting deals right away. I mean,
wholesale deals.
Wholesale deals. It's about perspective. My perspective changed because at first I was targeting clients. And then once I started looking at things not as a real estate agent, as an investor, you see that there's a lot more opportunities there.
So did you shut your license down and just go full-time
No,
investor?
I still have a
or
license.
you still...
Yeah, I still have a license. I mean, it helps a lot. I flip houses too, right? So I list my own properties, right? There's no reason to pay a listing agent.
Very cool. So how long have you been actively wholesaling?
Over 5 years.
Okay. And how long did it take you to make your first hire?
So I started with a partner,
Okay.
which went south.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Then I realized, well, okay, now we still have the philosophy in the company as we're partners, but there's an ultimate decision maker at the very, very top that nobody can really step on toes about now, right?
Got it.
As a partner. But I had enough leads coming over. I had to do it right away. I couldn't have taken all the calls and worked the deals. I had a acquisitions guy come work with me, and boom, right away he had his first deal.
Awesome. What does your team look like today?
So I have a transaction coordinator. She's helping us with all the in-betweens, and I have 2 other acquisitions guys. And they still do the little bit of dispo. I mean, we're really not at the point where I think the dispositions is such a vital distraction that they can't focus on that. Because I got 2 guys, they answer calls, closing deals, boom. So I spread the workload across the 2 guys. That we keep the team small.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the different parts of your conveyor belt. So let's talk about your lead generation. Like, how are you bringing your customers to your AMs?
So a lot of that is SEO. A lot of PPC, all inbound marketing. I don't mess with any outbound marketing anymore. It's a waste of money. It's so I focus on just inbound. I focus on making the lead forms come over and the calls come over. That's the first point of it all.
Okay. And you're doing the majority of that through SEO, or are you buying the majority of your leads?
I do all that from SEO. I'm actually part of a marketing company, so as far as the digital marketing side of things,
nice.
I mean, I go in there, I could steal that.
Nice. How come you've steered away? I mean, I probably know the reason, but how come you steered away from outbound reach?
Wasted dollars, right? I've tried so many bank signs and skip trace and list. I don't know how many lists I've skip traced, man, and you don't get really results from that.
I used to work for lead companies, so I get it. Yeah, that's a lot.
I mean, if you're really trying to trace somebody down, where you really are trying to find someone's info, go use white pages. But it has to be a more driven, targeted thing. Like, you drive through, you have a house in the neighborhood, and there's a house 3 houses over that's really good. You want it. Okay, well, I'll do some deep research on that. But as far as skip tracing, pre-foreclosure list, and trying to cold call them, we don't do any of that anymore.
Okay. So you get all these leads that come in, and then you have your AM guy do the follow-up, go out on the appointment. I mean, is it all virtual? What does that whole kind of part look like?
So Houston is our primary market. That's where we all live at. If it's nearby us, let's say it's not further than an hour away, then we'll go in-person appointments. Okay. But a lot of it's virtually. I mean, we're big in San Antonio, Amarillo, the DFW area, Austin. We're all over Texas.
Nice. So, what's your lead to contract ratio?
So you actually know what? Let me pull that up for you right now.
If you have that information.
It's over 5. It's over 5%. Over 5%.
Okay. How many leads does it take for you to get the deal, though?
Well, the way that we're marketing, people's intent is a lot higher with the way that I market, right?
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
So if someone goes in and I need to sell my house, well, they're actively looking for you. It's not a Facebook ad. Right. And so now it's our job to, when they get over the phone, to really push them through that straight sales method, right? Get the key questions. What are the key questions? And then we filter them.
Yep.
So the initial process of our sales method, as soon as we call for the first time, they have filtering questions. And then we have different buckets. Well, this could be a sub 2. This is a wholesale. This could be owner finance. This could be a listing. Each one of those buckets, we have its own set of straight sales method that we go through.
Awesome. And I want to talk about that sales method in a minute, but you said something interesting to me before we got on the air here, is the automation, right? And especially when you're going out to, or your guys are going out, you mentioned something like you send a video or a picture or what, explain that a little bit more, because I think that's really, really crucial.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Sure. And you can get really, really creative with this. Right now, we're actually working on a video to help convert more of this. But so if a web form comes over, we have an automation that gets sent out. It's an email, and it says, your acquisitions guy's name, and it says, welcome message from me. And there's a picture of him in there, right? Inside the email, and it's explaining the cash flow buying process. Like, this is what you can expect. I'm going to give you a call, this and that. And then now you're putting a face to the voice once you get on the phone.
Yeah.
And they feel like they already know you.
Yeah.
But you can step it up a few notches, put a video in there, really wholesome video, 30-second video, just explaining how it goes. And your conversions are going to go up way more with something like that.
And that was going to be a question, like, once you guys started implementing that, have you seen your conversion or maybe even just the show ratio go up?
Right. So that email, so I have a whole chain of emails built behind that. And that's just the first email.
The first one, right.
The open rate on that is like 85%. So if an email gets opened 85% of the time, that's exactly what I want to see in my metrics.
Yeah, that's exactly it. What trend do you see in the business, in the industry now? A lot of AI stuff's coming out. Obviously, there's a lot more automation now than when I started back in the day.
Sure.
Where are you seeing, what's going on now, what that next step is going to be?
I think the next step is going to be the AI phone systems. And it's something that I'm starting to, hey, maybe that might be worth maybe some outbound attention. Because if I have an AI bot that calls and it sounds real, and it could take you through the questions, the filtering questions, sets up a call with the acquisitions guy for you, and it could call 1,000 people and I get 3 people interested. Well, I mean, then maybe outbound marketing is worth it.
Cost benefit analysis, man. If it works, it works. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
What are some of the biggest struggles you think that you have in your business right now that are stopping you from or preventing you from making a jump in your business or whatever you're looking to do?
And that's something that we meet about almost every week. And that's where the holes in the bucket. Because where they slide through the cracks. What slide through the cracks? What for a business to scale on a large level, everything has to be streamlined. The systems have to work flawlessly, or the thing could collapse. Right. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if you're doing $1 million a year wholesaling profit. If you don't have a good system, the thing's gonna collapse. But right now, I think it's just more about delegating, having the right people focus on just the right things.
Sure.
Flipping houses too. I mean, if one of my acquisitions guy, we'll partner on a deal. But sometimes he gets so distracted managing the flip that he's not locking in contracts. He should be, all day long, locking in contracts. So what's the solution to that? Okay, well, we're bringing the project manager in. He's going to all day long make sure our projects are good, even if we got to give him a percentage of the profit. Because what's important is locking in deals all day long, more contracts.
Yeah. I think that is the whole right person, right seat. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Knowing your lane and being able to bring in someone that does better what you don't do. And I talked to a lender earlier today. I talked to a guy that does risk mitigation, and that's really what some of the common theme was, is that there's parts of us being alphas and our ego that want us to do everything and say we can do everything, but realistically we need to branch out. We need to say, hey, I need some help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where do you see your business going? Or better yet, let me ask you this first: how many flips are you guys doing versus maybe wholesale deals?
So we cherry picked those because of the market,
Yeah.
right? Back in 2020, I'd probably be picking up, 50% of the deals coming across our plate. So I got 2 going right now. I closed one last week. So I'm
Congrats.
very, very selective about, the medium range too of what the ARV is. Right? I don't want something that's 400, maybe 250, right? 200s, something I could pick up for 50 grand, maybe to 100 grand, put 30 grand into it, and I can list it for 200, 250.
Something
So
in the
I call
more
it pancakes.
more
Pancakes.
affordability sweet spot.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I call it pancakes, something I can just flip real quick.
Okay. So, well, yeah, I call them lipsticks, right? Maybe it's
Lipsticks,
the,
okay.
quick,
Lipsticks.
doesn't need a lot of stuff.
Sure.
Where do you see your business going? Like, if I were to talk to you another year from now, like, where do you want to say you've made strides in your business?
So I think we've been making all the right moves, and really we're just waiting on time.
Okay.
And also, as you scale, more fires come up, and there's a hole in the system that has to be fixed.
Oh,
But I'd say within a year, we probably will be the biggest wholesaling company in Texas.
wow. Okay. How many wholesaling deals are you currently doing a year?
We got over 10. We got 2 contracts out right now that are about to be executed.
Okay. So 10 for the year. How many did you guys do
No,
last
for the
year?
month.
Oh,
For
for the
this
month. Oh, okay.
For the
How many
month.
for the year so far? Year to date.
I haven't looked that up, but we're over 15, 16.
Okay. And what did you do last year?
We did over 30 deals.
Nice.
But
Congratulations.
that was right people, right. And the thing is, the leads were always there, but they're falling through the cracks because it was that many leads is too much for one guy. So
Yeah.
what do we do?
Yeah,
We need
and-
acquisitions got to help.
What are you doing to bring in more help?
Man, believe it or not, I just kind of let it come naturally to me. I'm a big believer that, once you're on the right path and you're making the right moves, everything will unfold right on our path like it's supposed to.
Right on.
And but believe it or not, one of my most solid guys, I met him at a restaurant. He was a waiter. Doesn't know much about real estate.
Some of the best.
He knew the concept, right? You're right, exactly it.
Yeah.
He knew the concept of wholesaling, but I was like, man, this guy is cold. The way he was working the tables, the way he was working everybody, this guy's cold.
Nice.
So boom, you just never know.
When you hired him, did you put him on a salary or like a base, or did you give him is it a commission only?
It's commission based. Commission based.
Make him hungry. Nice.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit earlier about, and you kind of, spotlighted a little bit about the sales process, right? So talk to me about about the whole sales process and why it's important to have a good sales process.
Knowing which questions to ask to guide them through the process to the closing is probably the most important thing. When you convert that lead, most times people they answer a phone call or something, and they don't know which order to ask those questions. So we have a specific order that we ask everything.
Okay.
So initially what we do is when a phone call comes in, we have a filtering set of questions, right? How much are you wanting? Just and then based off of those questions, you should be able to determine, is this a creative financing deal? Is this a cash offer deal with wholesale/flip? Is this an owner finance deal, or does this probably need to be listed?
Right.
And then each one of those has its own sales process to go through.
Okay.
Yeah. So really just having the right filtering questions of understanding what their needs are, the problem that they're having, and what creative solution or what bucket can I put on this to help them in their issue.
Okay. Well, let's talk to exit strategies. Outside of doing a flip or a wholesale, do you do any type of creative stuff? I mean, do you guys do that sub-2 seller financing type of stuff as well?
We do a lot of sub-2s. Actually, one of the houses that we have purchased as a flip is a sub-2 right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I own one sub-2. I'm not going to keep it long term. I'm kind of iffy about the due on sale clause stuff, but
yeah, that's
short term, no problem.
When you evaluate properties for like a sub-2 or maybe a short term, do you evaluate them as a long term? Do you look at them? I mean, how do you evaluate a property to determine how you want to exit it?
So as far as a substitute, as far as I'm purchasing or removing it as a wholesale?
Either one. I mean, whether you say, hey, this would fit the criteria of a good purchase, I'd rather wholesale, I'd rather whatever it might be.
So it comes down what the pity is, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the principal, interest, taxes, insurances, and then what can it rent for?
Okay.
What's the equity? Because if they have $100,000 in equity and you can hit the 70% rule and you can't give them a cash offer and they got a time issue going on, well, boom, I'm going to give them a cash offer route.
Right.
They're willing to take it. But if they don't have much equity in it, let's say there's, the ARV on is 200, they owe 190, but their mortgage is super low. Well, okay, we can sub it out. You can cash flow $600 subtuning that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and I think it really just comes down to what the purchase price is, where you're picking it up at. Can really dictate and determine that. Let's say that, someone was coming into the business, someone wanted to get into wholesaling or maybe flipping or whatever it might be. I mean, based on your experience, what kind of advice would you give them or what kind of resources would you push them towards to maybe help close the gap as to, start or to at least getting a first deal?
Yeah. I'm going to kind of go back a little bit to when I started as a real estate agent. And I was, finding these brokers to go work with and thinking, yeah, this guy's going to help me be successful. And really, at the end of the day, I was just someone's puppet doing their work, right? So finding somebody who can actually cut through all the BS and be honest with you, not play you, someone who is going to be honest with you, truthful with you, and cut through all the BS, all the fat of knowledge of this in this industry needs to be cut away. We get straight to the point. In Marines, we call it Barney style. We're going to break it down Barney style like we're watching freaking Barney, right?
Right.
We're going to break it down straight to the point. Boom, 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 boom. All this excess fat of information needs to be cut out. Find someone who's not going to BS you, learn from him, right? Or them, or whoever it is. Find a good mentor who's not going to BS you. And a lot of people will BS you in this business, so it's you got to be careful.
And what resources would you recommend me using to do that?
Your platform is a great platform.
Right.
This is the kind of place, right? Especially if there's a group effort and everybody trying to put in a group effort to be better.
Yeah.
You got 1,000 heads. 1,000 heads are a lot better than one.
Yeah. Well, and you hit it on the head too. It's getting past I call it the fluff. Right. It's cutting all that out. And, there's so much of it's zero entry. You don't need money to do real estate. Well, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. It's not a lie. You do. It's just a matter of getting that right guidance to really help folks come along. What else would you like to share with our audience? Like, what do you think it might be important for someone to know? Something you want someone to know?
80% of it all is leads. Doesn't matter if you're a chiropractor or a family doctor. 80% of it is leads, and without the leads, you're gonna fall. You're gonna crash.
Yeah.
Without a consistent source of getting quality leads, that's just what it is. And get good at that. Get good, and everybody's different. And also, one more thing is making sure your brand is congruent across everything. Your website, your internet persona with your brand or your company, it better line up. When you show up to an appointment, if you're really trying to grow a company, show up branded up. Brochures, checklists with your logos. All the guys are wearing, almost the basics, almost the same thing. Right? Some boots, some jeans, and this is what I'll show up.
Right.
So making your brand congruent across everything you do is very important.
Yeah, and that it really lends to that credibility, right? That's what some folks are looking for, right? Because of the so many people that are fly by night in the business, or they don't know who's right and who's wrong. But adding a little bit of that, yes, it helps build that rapport and it helps add that credibility, which I think is tremendous.
Right.
You shared a lot of stuff, Steve, man, and I love it. And it's a lot of good nuggets for folks that look. If you want to get in the business, and you got to be able to be resilient, be consistent, and you got to be able to, how I think, really put that seller first. And it sounds like, Steve, that you built your business kind of in that same mode, and you're successful. If folks want to, whether they're in the Houston area, wherever they might be, and they want to get a hold of you, they want to talk to you about, how you built your business, or maybe get some tips, pointers, whatever, how do they reach you?
Facebook. You can look me up on Facebook. You see the deals we're moving.
Cool.
We post them right there. You look for deals too? We got them.
Nice.
So anywhere in the Texas area, we got them. We got some going in Amarillo right now, San Antonio, Houston area. So
Okay.
look me up on Facebook, Steven Hoeke. And when I was a kid, it used to bother me, hokey pokey. But now I say, it used to bother me, but now I was like, you know what? Hokey pokey. I promise I'll never, ever forget my name.
I'm about to say, now it's about them
You'll never
remembering your
forget
name.
me.
By doing that, yes, never forget it.
You never
Guys,
forget.
Steven, thank you again for joining us. Folks that are out there listening, I hope you really enjoyed this. There's a lot of great nuggets in there. Reach out to him. We'll put all his contact in the show notes. And, we look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode. Cheers.
All right, John. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Steven.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.